All right, guys. The name of the game is that you should always look to add value to your customers. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, this is Emmett Stallworth again, The Alpha Builder. Guys, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Got a lot of people that come in on here, but they're not hitting the subscribe button. But this video right here, guys, was inspired. It was inspired by a conversation I was having with Clay. And Clay he already know, and I like to try to have discussions with Clay. And in some cases, I have discussions with my son as well. But the name of the game is to have the right mindset if you're going to be a builder, and if you're in this game for the long haul, not just to get in here and make a little hit or make a little money and then you get out. That's not the name of the game. See, you make your money long term. This is not being a builder, a residential home builder. This is not something that you just, like I said, guys, you get in here and you make a big lick, like that the house flip stuff. But being a residential home builder, that's not that game, guys. This is not a get rich quick. You make your money by being in the game a long time. So guys, it's not like people are going to be buying several houses in a lifetime. They may buy one or two houses in a lifetime. And what you want to do is you want to be the best at what you're doing, so that you can be that repeated person or that repeated builder that customer have, or that person can be a repeated customer of yours. And the way you do that is that you have to add value to those customers. That's the way that you're going to do it. I think that's the only way that you're going to be able to do it. Is you add value to that customer, and once you add value to that customer is going to be a repeat customer, and then also they're going to refer other people to you. But this right here, whole conversation came into play. It was another trade that I had an issue with, and I don't want to go into that trade, but I'm going to just use tile. I'm going to use tile to explain what I was trying to talk about. Now, guys, you got to understand that in construction, guys, the reason I always specify residential home builder, a residential contractor, is that a residential contractor and a commercial contractor is totally two different games. They're totally different, guys. Even the roles of the contractor is totally different. Let me set my camera up right, guys. But the role is totally different, guys. It's not the same. It's not the same role that you play in commercial versus residential. And even guys, remodel and new construction, they're just two different games, guys. And the problem that I have is that a lot of people, now I won't try to do both of them. I won't, now maybe a little remodel. I'll do a little remodel here or there, but I have somebody on my team that just kind of masters the remodel. But guys, and people just don't understand that on the outside. Like people on the outside, if they come to me, they'll say, well, hey man, you're a residential home builder. You should be able to do everything. You should be able to do commercial, residential, commercial remodel, and everything. And that's just not the case, guys. It's kind of like engineers, you got different type of engineers for different things. You wouldn't ask a mechanical engineer to do what a civil engineer does, but they're all engineers though. This is the problem that we have in this game. So my push, guys, is to try to get people to master your game. You master what it is that you're really good at, and then when you master it, what you do is you become more and more efficient at what you're doing in your craft. And then once you become more and more efficient, you can invest in things that make your life a whole lot easier. Then you can be more competitive with your costs because you're working very, very efficient. This is what I'm saying. And so if you're very efficient and you're able to have very good and competitive costs, That means that you're able to, when you sell that product to your customer, you're able to add value to that customer, because the cost between the cost between your competitive cost and someone else's cost, that value in between is what that customer gets. That's what I'm saying. And I think that everybody should get in their game and get in their lane and just master what it is that they're good at, guys. The only thing, guys, I've been working at this home building thing for over 20 years. And it's been within the last 6 or 7 years that I figured out a way to make a little money out of it. You know, to actually produce a profit, because I was suffering from the business side. I wasn't perfecting the business side. Then I started going and buying software and you know, insurance and things like that. I started doing those, like the software is a big thing, guys. When I started investing in software, that enables me to be more efficient at my estimates and quotes, more accurate and really good at what I'm doing. But I don't sit out here and gouge the homeowner, because let's just say, for instance, if I didn't invest in the software, and it takes me, instead of 3 days to do an estimate on a house, it takes me, you know, maybe 2 weeks to do an estimate on a house like it used to prior to me getting the software. So I shouldn't, it's not fair that I charge that homeowner for that additional week. That's not fair to that homeowner. I'm charging them for an additional week, but I was working without software. But now that I have software, it only takes me 3 days. I'm able to mainstream my quotes and everything. I'm able to say, well, hey, you know, now a certain percentage does go toward the software, but, you know, instead of charging for a whole week and a half, you know, I may charge for a week or half of a week of my time. And that's the point that I'm trying to make, guys. And I think I used it on the basis of tile. You know, I was asking Clay, I said, hey, man, if you got someone who masters tile, this is all they do every day, day in, day out. So this person A, he went out here and, like I said, he mastered tile. Then as a result of him mastering tile and him installing tile, he went out and bought the best equipment. He spent his money on buying the best equipment to make him more efficient, make his processes and his labor more streamlined. He might get some help. He may do the things, but he spent additional money on doing that. Now his cost is what it's going to be, but you got person B over here who has not spent the money on it. It takes him longer to set the tile, but yet and still he's making the homeowner pay for him not being efficient, or paying for him not doing the things that the other tile guy A did, in order to streamline his processes. And so he's charging more. I mean, for the same work, work is, is the same, the same quality work, but you charge him more for this guy because he didn't spend the time on his business. He didn't spend the time on his equipment to make himself efficient. So you can't, and then not only that, you got to be competitive with your costs, guys. You just can't go out here and just charge people. And then you can't just charge people what you want to charge them just because you feel like they should be paying that. Your charges have got to be, there has to be some industry standards or some industry amount, guys, that you're trying to be consistent with. And this is what I was trying to get Clay to see. Your job is to become the best at your game and become more efficient at your game. You have to spend money on education of building. You have to spend money on software to make your quoting and all those things more efficient. You may have to spend money. You have to spend money on hiring labor, some guys that's very competent that can get in and help you so that you can do other things and grow in the company in the background. And, and you being able to do that for your company is able to reduce the cost of what it would cost you if you weren't doing those things, if you had to charge all the labor for you doing it. So, it's almost like a factory, man. Once a factory kind of streamline processes and protocols, they become more efficient so they can bring the cost of things down to make it competitive. So that's kind of where I was with this, man. And then I even went to a real estate agent, and I was like, and I think she had been doing this thing for about. And this is no stab at her, guys. She's good at what she does. But she made a statement. I said, well, she was asking me about building. She was like, because I want to start building too. This is a real estate agent. She might be a broker. And she was like, well, I want to be a builder too. And I was like, why would you want to do that? I think she might have been in her 40s, maybe 50. It's like, why would you want to do that? By the time you get this thing figured out, you'd be 70, 80 years old, man. I mean, that's just too much time. So, I told her, I said, I think the best way to do this would be to, you master being a real estate agent. Make your money doing the real estate agent stuff. The additional money that you made because you mastered your game, you take that and invest into a building company like myself. Invest in my company. Now you're owners of a building company now. Me, vice versa, I do the same thing. I master building. Then at some point in time, I may want to invest in a real estate company. I invest in your company. So everybody is building their thing, but everybody is perfecting their game. And we're perfecting our game. We're streamlining processes. We become better at what we are doing. And then what we do is we're able to reduce our costs to the point to where we can help add value to that customer. And that is the game, guys. That's the game. Once again, guys, like, share, subscribe. I thought I'd just get on here real quickly and briefly to just try to explain this point, guys. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Do your thing, but stay in your lane. Master your game. Become the best at your game. And then everybody wins. There's enough money to go around for everybody, guys. All right, guys, you guys have a good one. Thanks.